Well, it's definitely a crime thriller. I mean, that is the world. I mean, we're exploring this world, but we're doing it through the nature of a crime story. And I've always thought crime stories can be many different things. And in a sense, then the structure with which we're exploring Soviet Russia is through this detective story. I mean, the great thing about detective stories and police investigations generally is they soak up a lot of the society in which they take place in. So if you want to understand a world, have a look at the way in which the police work in that country or rule or society, and it tells you a lot about that world. So that was the sense I saw it in, and then the case of with Leo is someone who is richly rewarded for arresting innocent people when he's a political officer. Then he decides to arrest someone who is genuinely guilty, this killer, and in that pursuit, it criminalizes himself. So that was just an interesting journey for me. Nesterov, in a sense, was closer to the real detective, and Nesterov was, that was based on a real case, and the real case was led by a detective who I didn't warm to as a hero. I couldn't see what journey to take this person on. It was very much a figure, someone who was embedded in the state system and who would toe the state line. And so I wanted someone who would break against that, which is why I created the fictional character of Leo. And Gary Oldman's character is, in a sense, closest to the real detective. And so they're similar and different. I mean, in a sense, Nesterov admires Leo for doing a thing he probably would never have done. But once Leo does it, he joins up. So they're an interesting double act. The cast is amazing, really, and not just amazing as in the core, but everyone, all the characters, primary, secondary, and I actually don't put in too much physical description in the book of people because it's more about the way they behave and emotionally what they represent. So I'd only put in physical description as relevant to the story. So I didn't come in with a sort of set of rules about how people should look. And so it was fun just to see people take on the characteristics rather than, say, the physical attributes of the book. It's fun to see everything, and it's fun to see all these people working so hard and so passionate on something that you sat in a room 8 years ago typing.